Hey Jammers, it's me, your boy, KR Morris. I've come to talk about the history and different hand sacks. My original 2 videos turned out to be 20 minutes a piece. I'm gonna try to do the whole thing in 10, so let's get ready. First, real quick, I believe this is the oldest one, is SacDeMain. I'll show you some logos here. SacDeMain. They were, I believe, first patented in, I believe, 94 to 96 era. They were released by 96. They were big in its area and in Canada, and then died. Well, late 2000s, let's say 9, 10, one of the original Myachi masters, who is also a 5-time world champion footbagger, Sebastian Perron, went up to Canada, bought the company, and turned it into, from these little leather hockey pucks that are extremely rigid and filled with pellets, to these very soft, heavy. These are about $8.99 a piece, I believe, somewhere around there, and they are, this one's 3.5 ounces, and this one's 3.2 ounces, I believe, 3.1 ounces. This is the hockey sack and the karate sack. This company is no longer called SacDeMain, it's now called SacDeMain. If you're in the area or if you're looking for something a lot heavier, I recommend them. They are no longer strictly a handsack company, they are now more of a CrossFit training company, so they have changed their style a good bit. Okay, next, we got Myachi. Myachi's, it's the go-to for a lot of people. I believe it was invented in, if memory serves me right, the tours in 1998. He sat on it for 2 years, so it was either 96 or 94, and he sat on it till 96, and then he got the tour together. But in those time periods, Stephen Oakes started with a lighter, and with a lot of college students, was passing it on the back of the hands. Thought it'd be more comfortable if he took apart his wallet, so he was around it for padding, and then took the lighter out, put sand in it, and turned into the first, what we now know as Myachi. So it's debatable which came first, the SacDeMain or the Myachi. This one did go more coastal, more widespread in the US. The other one was more widespread in Canada, I believe. And as you can see, I have a butt ton of the standard black. So I know they didn't super limited. They should be somewhat possible to find. You're not gonna find them online. I got lucky, contacted the right person that had somehow made a video, and it was a very complicated thing. It took a couple of years to settle the details, but Myachi. Invented between 94 and 96. First tour, I believe, was in 98. I got into it in 2004. By 2009, they had took off in an unstoppable direction in New York, in that area. And they got in FAO shorts with Myachi Gong. They got to open up the Myachi HQ. All of the schools couldn't get enough of them. The kids loved it. There was online competitions and everything. They have tons and tons of different variety. They're all different colors, materials, everything. They do range to be about, if I was correct, and I'm gonna let that turn on my scale, they're about 4 inches across, as these are about 3 1/4, or these inch tall, and these are 1.4 ounces. So, yeah. But there's a larger collector's market because all the old school kids want to get a hold of these Myachis because it's their childhood. So if you're going to go online, if you're getting them off of eBay, you're probably going to pay a higher price. But if you can find them in older toy stores, mom and pop shops, you're probably going to get them at a more reasonable price. Myachi's website's still up. They sell their older ones, I believe 20, and they're not as old ones or non-retired at 10, maybe 15. Sorry, I got a bit of a bug. I don't know if it's a cold or just sinus drainage or what, but my throat's on fire and I'm teary-eyed, so there you go. those are your two main companies. Then a new contender came up. Well, I'm going to show you this next. A couple hacky sack companies. This one being Dragonfly. This is the Flapjack, which is a good sack. It's dual paddle, like most of the circle ones now, and it has the logo on the front. It has a good weight to it. It's good. It's significantly lighter than the hockey sack by SacDeMain, but it works. Then there is Pro Kicker, the hacky sack company. Pro Kicker did the Dex Jam and the Hamburger. I don't have a Hamburger, but it's very similar to the Flapjack. Then the next company to pop up into existence was the Flopball. Dual paneled, available in a whole array of colors. Black and purple is here, my white and my gray. I got, this was blue and green, but I left it in the pool and the green faded and bleached. But they have probably the best cruising weight, I'm gonna say, just chilling, jamming. But it is a bit lighter. It is about almost a full ounce lighter than the hockey sack, which is also used for running hockey tricks. But they are both great. These, I believe both of these, before I get into it, that is, I believe, $7 or $8.99. That's about the same, $7.89. So, Dragonfly, footbags.com, the Flapjack, that's a good buy, and Pro Kicker's website, the Dex Jam or the Hamburger, they're good. Flopball, it's probably your best for your money, and you can, I believe they do 2 packs for $12.99, or like what they call the gift pack. It's a 2-pack. They also have collections, so if you want the whole rainbow collection or the midnight collection, which is your color on one side and your lack of your black on the other. But the rainbow collection is, and if you stack them all, it makes a rainbow. They have the stackers, which is for doing actual stacks, flipping multiple at once. They are lighter, thinner. There was another company, but I believe it's already gone. It didn't last but a year. The Flickboard, if you can find it, get it just to test. I want more people to have tested out the Flickboard. It is hard, like I'm gonna guess resin, but it works. It is a new style of play. And if you can't get this, I'm gonna talk about the alternative to all these in a second. But I believe this was like $12, so it is the more expensive one if you're not looking at Myachi collecting just in general. If you can find this, then yeah. I believe this was made out on the West Coast about 2 years ago. I believe it lasted from 2017 to 2018. But yeah, so Sackacy, if you find some old school ones, that's really cool. Or go to SacDeMain's website and get the hockey sack, the karate sack, or the soccer sack, which I don't have. If you're more up north, if you're in this southern area or the East Coast at all, I'm gonna say Flopball, because it's probably the best for your money. Without having all the crazy designs and all that, just good for your money. If you're more of a hacky sack buyer, then you're gonna wanna go to either Pro Kicker's website or Dragonfly's website and get it from them. Just support your community. Myachi's website for the collectors, or the old school jammers, the people that wanna keep it real, keep it old school. You got all your different groups. But let's say you can't do any of it. Walmart, $3. I'm gonna show you, I'm only gonna show you 2 because I don't know what the other one is. Tech decks. If you just straight can't afford a handsack, tech decks work. Take the wheels off, or if the ones that aren't put together yet, get those. and they work extremely well. They're super light, so you're not gonna do it with big air, but for your little techie moves, get a fingerboard. I'm not saying get a $30 fingerboard to flip around your hands, and if you already aren't into fingerboarding, give this a try. But yeah, this works extremely well. You can whip out your tricks with this. But yeah, so that's really all I can say. The newest ones are obviously the Flopball, the Dragonfly, the Pro Kicker, and then your classics are your Myachi, your Shackasy. But yeah, I recommend getting one of each, getting a little bit of try, and doing it yourself, making your own opinions. I will say this was originally a 40-minute video, and I rushed myself to get it done in 11. That kicked my butt. But yeah, and if you have any information, post it down below, or if there's other companies, please let me know. I guess that's really it. Thank you. See you, kids.